Fine. Now, let me start the unit one, Introduction to HTML. Now, in this one, let me first talk about, it is consisting of two chapters. HTML4 is first chapter, HTML5 is the second chapter. Let me discuss first with HTML4, the concept. What is the difference between this HTML4 and HTML5 is only the difference is advanced features, advanced elements will be there in the HTML5 compared with this one. And very comfortable elements are available in HTML5 compared with HTML4. If you see chapter 1 consisting of totally 9 different topics are there, like fundamentals of HTML, working with HTML, organizing text in HTML, working with links and URLs, this uniform resource, the locations, creating tables, working with images, canvas, forms, frames, and multimedia. So these are the 9 different topics are available in chapter 1, only chapter 1. And please remember that many number of elements we are studying about here. Hope you remember Linux programming, right? In Linux programming, you have studied different commands. Hopefully minimum 50 commands will be there, right? Minimum to minimum. I'm not saying maximum, minimum 50 commands. In the same fashion, here also to have this HTML4 and HTML5 on an average, totally it will be a 100 to 120 elements or elements in the sense like when you want to create a text file, text field, for example, text field is an element. That's all. If you want to create a button, button is an element. If you want to create a text box, a text box is an element. If you want to create a text area is an element. If you want to insert an image, img is an element. If you want to make an hyperlink, create anchor, a is an element. Like this, these are the elements. So easily you can remember. But you have to be categorize yourself which elements comes under which category. That's a major where you have to differentiate. Like in the Linux programming as well, we have some different utilities, right? Disk utilities, backup utilities, text utilities, file utilities, like this. For each utility, some sort of commands will become. In the same fashion here also, for developing of the pages, web applications, we have some different sort of categories of elements. So each category consisting some set of elements. Elements is nothing but here, like we can say syntax. Simply we can call like in the C programming or in the Python or in the Java, we have syntaxes, right? For declaration of a variable, data type, space, variable name, semicolon. This is a syntax. You see the for loop syntax, for followed by 3 parameters, initialization, condition, and increment, decrement. Like this is syntax. In the same fashion here also, we have some sort of elements, each element consisting of some form of syntax. Right. Let me start with the definition. Some definitions is required. Like some funda is required for you, because when you want to talk in English, we require some funda, like what are called as verbs, nouns, and how I need to frame the sentences. Like this, some fundamental in the sense fundamental. If you have then what are the terminologies they are going to regularly using in the English? With the help of that only, you can form a sentence. In the same fashion, when you are studying about a new course, definitely you need to know some some foundations is required, some terminologies is required. Then only you can easily understand, oh, these are the things you can be talk about here. Until unless you doesn't know about the founder or the terminologies need to use in a particular course, not only in WT, other courses also. Until unless you're not aware, you are very uncomfortable to talk about that course or to write examinations on that particular course. Okay? So first of all, www, already aware of this. Www means is a World Wide Web. World Wide Web. Okay. And HTML stands for hypertext. H stands for hyper, T stands for text, M stands for markup, and L stands for language. So this is mainly used for the language of designing of web pages. Right? So HTML is a text formatting language. Like C is a programming language, Java is a programming language, Python is a programming language. HTML is also a language, but what type of language? Markup language. What type of format of language is text formatting language. So all the markup languages mostly are going to using for designing of web pages, interacting of web pages only. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. And what is a browser? As all of you know, only it is a software you're seeing. But what is the purpose of browser? to show the content, how you are looking the content in the Gmail or how you are looking the content of Facebook or any other this, with the help of browsers, maybe Chrome, Mozilla, Opera, lot of IE, lot of browsers are there. Now coming to the hypertext markup language, what is the definition? What actually hypertext means? Means allows non-linear, allows non-linear, right? Allows non-linear linking to other documents. Hyper means what? Navigating from one place to another place or moving from one location to another location. So this hypertext is allowing. Text means what? For example, if you want to make a hyperlink for this text allows, you can make a hyperlink for this. When you click on this one, it will be navigating from one document to another document or one page to another page, or we can say moving from one location to another location. That is called as hyper. Now, how you are moving with the help of link. If you are moving from the help of link means it is a hyperlink. If you are moving with the help of a text means it is a hypertext. Clear? So moving one place to another place, one location to another place with the help of text is called as hypertext. Or with the help of link if you are using, it's called as hyperlink. Now, what is called as markup? Markup means marking up, like is a makeup. Markup language. Content to be displayed is marked up or tag to tell the browser how to display. Marking, why you are most of the girls or even the boys also making some makeups, right? Why? To looking good, to display yourself in a beautiful manner, in a display in a better manner, right? In the same fashion, we are saying to the browser that how my content has to display on the page, whether in the left hand side, center, right hand side, top, whether which color, how it will be italic, bold, in which format, which how it will be normal font style, all such type of things we are going to giving instruction to the browser that how my content has to display on the page. That is called as markup, and language means to talk with the browser. Now, combining of this, the definition of hypertext is allows for non-linear linking to other documents. That documents has to display in the browser and saying how to display it. And when it is created, HTML in 1991, who created is it created by the Tim Berners-Lee at the laboratories CERN in Switzerland, right? So in the year 1991, Tim Berners-Lee has created this HTML concept. And how it is initially designed is what is the main objective. Why they have initiated this is like how the Java has created the JDK, how the cup symbol has to come, how the tree OAK tree has to done it. The same fashion, design allows scientists to display the share their information, sharing their information by the scientists. Why don't initially they are using the HyperCard, that is HCIMS. They are initially using HyperCard information management system from Apple. They designed it for sharing their information, sharing their content, viewing their content. HyperCard information management system in the year 1980s developed by Apple. And later, this HTML markup language has instructed with the browser to cause how it has to display. Now, in the similar fashion, as I already told you that HTML is a markup language, is a text formatting language, but not programming language. It's a not a programming language, it's a text formatting language. So actual documents in the browser, if you want to see the HTML view, if you open any browser, we have the menu bars, right? Like file, edit, view. If you see the view source code, it will be shows the source code of that HTML particular page, right? Now, HTML is a subset of SGML. What SGML stands for is Standard Generalized Markup Language. It is a subset of SGML. So SGML consisting of the HTML as well as XML. XML will not having in the syllabus. XML, extensible markup language. Now, this standard generalized markup language, which is a generic way of representing any document. Representing means displaying any document. So it is a more complicated. So that's why it has spammed two important subsets of HTML. I said already, one is HTML, other is XML. So SGML consisting of SGML consisting of two parts. One is HTML, another is XML. So HTML is the subpart of SGML, Standard Generalized Markup Language. Now, Internet versus WW, or both are same? No. Internet is going to be using for accessing of the data, how it will be processed internally. WWW is going to what? Worldwide. It is going to just for the web purposes going to be using. Right. So for sending of email, we are using a server called as SMTP, and we are also using the NNTP as well for use net uses, and FTP protocols also using. So more about these protocols you learn in the CN concept, CN course, computer networks. Now, how web works? Now, first of all, when you want to log in into a Gmail, how you are going to log in into that HTTP colon. Now it is also using S. S stands for secure. HTTPS nowadays, right? HTTPS colon www.gmail.com. Like you are sending a request to server. Now once it is done, you are getting a response for this one. So like this, like it's a text-based request and response protocol has to be done. Whatever you are sending in the form of a text-based, because you are not know what is the IP address. The system to system is connecting with the help of IP address only. Agree? Now here it is very difficult to remember all the different IP addresses of all the websites. Like you are using Gmail, Google, like fresheshworld.com or Indian Railways or any banking, online Andhra Bank, SBI, Union, all such type of websites. If you remember with the name, it's very comfortable. With the help of text, if you remember, it's very comfortable. If you remember with the IP addresses, it's very difficult. Right? That's why it's a text-based request and responses has done all. So client is sending a request and server sending a response from that for that request. And what is a web page? A web page, all of you are aware. A web page means, what is a web page? A web page consisting of text files containing HTML. So how you are displaying that responses? When you are filling any form, it consisting of some sort of the elements, and you are entering some things over there, and whatever you are doing with the help of the HTML. So you are entering some your name in the form, your roll number, or your passwords, confirm password, email address, all. It is a text. Now through the HTML, you are going to be interacting. Now, what's the HTML? Means already we discussed that hypertext markup language, HTML. Now, what is the notation for describing a HTML? Describing notation for HTML means what? How you are describing a syntax for a variable, a data type, followed by a variable name, semicolon, in C, right? Maybe in Java as well, right? Data type followed by a variable name, in semicolon. This is the description or a syntax for a particular declaration of a variable, right? In the same fashion, the notation, the minimum main steps for describing an HTML is a document structure followed by a format. Document structure in the sense, the how good your document structure is nothing but how the content has to display. For example, if you see this is one web page, think about for a 2 minutes. You remember you consider as this is a web page. Now in this web page, a bullet is there and a text is there. A bullet is there, text is there. Again a sub bullet. See here. Again a subheading is there, sub bullet. Again sub bullet is there. Now again for this parallelly another hyphen bullet, again bullet, circle bullet, again a bullet. Like this, the total structure, the contents are in 3 lines, but the second bullet consisting of again a sub bullet. Again that sub bullet consisting of again a sub bullet. Like this, the document structure will be differ. That is called as semantic markup. Now, how you are going to be formatting? How many number of spaces we required after this bullet, first bullet or second bullet? How the hyphen has to coming into picture? How this has to done with the help of formatting. So formatting is called as presentation markup. Making your document into a structured format is a semantic markup. In a simpler fashion, we can say an HTML can be described in 2 ways, semantic as well as presentation. How semantic can be done is, why semantic has to done is for the purpose of document structure. Why presentation is going for is markup is for formatting. So this is same look like as in the Word. If you remember, I'll show that also in the Word documentation. In the Word documentation, see in Word. Actually, whatever you are designing in the Word documentation, same thing you are doing in HTML. No doubt about that, right? Now here, this is the Word documentation, right? This is a page. This is called as Word page. There we are calling as web page. Now you are inserting something here, a table you can insert, a picture you can insert, like this, all sort of things you can done it. Like design in the sense different layouts are there here, and you can have a layouts, how the size, 2 column size, A4 size, A3 size, orientation, landscape, profile, how the margins should be there, how many number of columns I need to be, line marking, line numbers, length, all sort of stuff. Whatever you are doing in the Word, same thing you need to be reflected in the web page. That's all. But here directly it is UI based. Directly you can, if you want to insert a table, directly you can go to the insert, click on table, how many number of rows and columns. Like this, you can insert the table easily. But in HTML, you need to be write the tags. You need to write the tag as table, followed by the how many number of rows are required for you. If you are each row considering as a tier, if you want a column, you can use the th, as you can use the each column as th. Like this, you can, with the help of the elements, this is called as elements, are also called as tags. You need to be write the code and display on the page. That's only the difference between this and this, right? And here also we have a formats, right? So see the styles, how the styles look like. This is one style, all H1, H2, H3, the different styles are there. Heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, the subtitles. Like this, you can select. The same fashion you can do the formatting in HTML 4 or 5 as well. Okay. Now, right. Now see, so that's semantic markup and presentation markup. HTML can be described as a semantic markup as well as a presentation markup. Semantic markup is document structure, and presentation markup is formatting thing. Okay. So markup tags also be going to using here for representation of this. Now, how to